the fall in sentiment for the month was the largest single monthly decline we've seen in nearly half a century. On the more positive note, one of the clearer aspects of the survey responses was that the government's actions do look to have helped. We saw a big fall in sentiment in the month, but it could actually have been worse. The worst monthly decline on record, but in level terms, the reading at about 75 is actually still above the absolute lows we got to at the worst of the worst times during the recession of the early 90s or the recession of the early 80s. In the past, particularly during the GFC, we ran questions asking people, what proportion of the payments that they'd received had they spent. And we repeated that question more or less this time around, asking people if they had received or expected to receive a payment. And by the payments, I mean that the boost to the job seeker scheme and other temporary payments. The average spend per dollar is probably about 50 cents on the dollar. Back in the financial crisis in 2008-09, we had a similar dollar value of stimulus payments back then, and around 70 cents on the dollar ended up being spent. So I think this is telling us, while these are large stimulus measures, they're only going to provide a little bit of cushioning to the wider economy, and it doesn't look like it'll be as much of a cushion as it was back in 2008, 2009. We were expecting some negatives to show through in the housing market, but what really caught us by surprise was the change in price expectations. We saw a 50% drop in price expectations for the year ahead. So the index that tracks expectations swung from pretty positive expectations of price rises to now widespread expectations that prices will decline.